Well, it turns out to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, there's a Jigglypuff here. Now, Jigglypuff is in fact the special Super Bowl anniversary celebration sort of thing. If you take a look at this video right here, you can clearly see that there's a Jigglypuff jumping up and down from the sofa, which really leaves you to believe what in the world is next. In this video, we have so much news to talk about, including some Pokemon Generation 10 leaks, rumors, and information, brand new games making their way to the system, and also Nintendo Switch 2 sales, and so much more. Let's get straight into the video. Now, starting everything off with some very interesting news, it turns out that Nintendo says that Western sales are weaker than expected. Now, this could be for a number of different reasons, but probably the main one that you can think about is that there's not too many Nintendo Switch 2 games to play or games that you might be interested in, and you're not really ready to make the jump. But it seems that Nintendo might actually listen to us and say, you know what, we're going to give you some games, so hopefully that's the case. Still talking about the Nintendo Switch 2, it turns out that it sold more than the Wii U within 7 months of release. Now, you gotta remember that the Nintendo Wii U had 5 years on the market, and this system sold 17 million units. Is probably going to be 20 million units by maybe next year or before the Nintendo Switch 2 becomes 1 year old. So honestly, we should keep that in mind. Also, the Nintendo Switch 2 is set to get a price increase. Now, right now, Nintendo of Japan isn't sure if they're going to actually raise the prices, but due to the RAM shortage, it's going to happen any day now. So just watch out for this. They're probably going to investigate this during the next fiscal year, which is going to be in March. So keep an eye out on that. Now, also, I wanted to mention here is Game Boy Classics. Now, Yoshi and the Balloon Kid was added to Nintendo Switch Online. So if you have any interest in playing that game, well, there you go. You got a brand new game to play on the Nintendo Switch Online application. Now, moving over to Stardew Valley. Now, Stardew Valley has gotten a brand new update, 1.7, which adds a bunch of different things, which is pretty cool. Same thing goes with Terraria, just got a brand new update, so if you like any of these games, consider to check them out. They're on Nintendo Switch and pretty much every other platform if you're interested in that. Also, I wanted to take a look at is music. Now, we know that we like music here, but Tamagotchi Life music was added to the Nintendo Switch music app, or the Nintendo Music app, that's the one. It makes for a very, very interesting set of applause, if you know what I mean. Now, Nintendo just revealed, or there's been some toys that were leaked. Now, this is for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and it brings a lot of very interesting things. If you take a look at this picture right here, you can see that they're pretty cool. There's Nintendo Galaxy Mario movie toys, which are honestly really cool. Does this mean that they could take this in consideration for the next 3D Mario? Or is this just toys to celebrate the launch of the movie that's going to be happening very soon? Also, another thing to take a note at is actually Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Now, icons are available if you like that on the Nintendo Switch Online. You have to go there and then get your points and you can get more icons, and there you go. Have fun with that, which is really, really cool. Same thing goes with Pokemon Legends ZA. If you want to get the Wave 2 icons, well then you can go ahead and get those on the Nintendo Switch Online. You're able to customize your profile to however you want, which is honestly really cool. So now there's one little thing that I wanted to mention. Overwatch 2 is now called Overwatch again on Nintendo Switch. So this is really, really interesting, because why would they call Overwatch 2 Overwatch on Nintendo Switch unless this is a mistake for whatever reason? But overall, very, very interesting. Now we have another leak that we want to take a look at. I forgot to mention this, but the Nintendo Switch has sold 155 million units, which actually beats the Nintendo DS and is about 5 million away from beating the PS2. So now, once Nintendo gets to 160 million units, there's no more. That is the biggest selling console of all time, and it seems like Nintendo could actually do this. This morning we got a Nintendo partner showcase which showed a bunch of different things. Things to keep in note was Digimon. We got a brand new Digimon finally making its way to the Nintendo Switch 2. We also, however, got a brand new Nintendo Switch 2 Special Edition controller, which is a Resident Evil controller, which looks honestly really cool. Same thing goes with brand new Amiibo. We are also going to be getting Resident Evil Amiibos that give you extra gun skins and things like that inside the game, which is honestly really cool. You like to see some special edition things, so it leads you to believe, is Nintendo going to do something else for either their main games or some other third parties? Probably. We're starting to roll out more and more sort of special edition things. We could even see a special edition Switch at some point. Also, we got Oblivion Remastered. Now, this is really cool because, honestly, Oblivion Remastered is a great remaster, and it's not top dollar like all the other remasters. So, Oblivion Remaster, great pickup if that's what you're interested in. Also, during this presents, we also got a bunch of other games, but surprisingly, we didn't see anything about Elden Ring. We didn't see anything about the Xbox games, which for sure we were supposed to get something about Call of Duty and Halo and something like that, but that did not happen. So it leads you to believe, is Nintendo planning something, or is that really what they have? Because it seems like we are going to be getting a Nintendo Direct either at the third week of this month or later on in March, which you really wonder, come on Nintendo, you have to have something big. It's the Nintendo Switch 2. You have to bring us something really juicy and stuff like that. Also, I wanted to mention, so the Pokemon Generation 10 leak that I want to talk about has to do with this right here. Take a look at it, it's a plate, a bowl, and a cup. Now this has been circulating all over the internet, and what exactly does this mean? I believe the plate means a platypus, the bowl could mean maybe a fire tiger, and the cup could mean a bat because they fight cups. Who knows? It's definitely very, very interesting. Same thing goes with this leak right here. It seems like we'll finally be getting voice acting. Now, voice acting in a Pokemon game, you don't know how exciting this has actually been. But anyways, I'll be making a full video describing more leaks and rumors about Pokemon. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. With that being said, consider hit the like button, maybe subscribing if you're new. We do a bunch of different news coverage on this channel. Nintendo, Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Kirby, pretty much anything. Some theories, leaks, rumors, everything. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.